Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And reports are that last week things didn't go so well for South African families seeking asylum. Apparently about 6 families seeking asylum in in the United States of America were knocked back. And that's an absolutely tragic outcome. But, you know, things are getting very, very tight now. And I did put out a video yesterday where you can go and work on a farm in the US and hopefully meet a beautiful American girl and get married, and bingo. That's a good way to get in, because your employment visa lasts 3 years. So you got 3 years if you're a young man to find someone special and find a new home. Now, what's happening on the southern border in particular of the United States of America is another development which needs to be noted here. The US are basically saying that asylum seekers coming through Mexico have first got to be knocked back by Mexico. So before you can even seek asylum in the US, you've got to actually have tried to seek asylum in Mexico, because their argument is if you're escaping a feral country, you will go and seek asylum anywhere else, and Mexico is somewhere else. So if you didn't do that and you came to the US, well, then you're talking BS. So this is a huge change to the immigration system, or the refugee system in America. I'll play you the video now so you can listen to it for yourself, but just be aware this is happening right now. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for updates, and have a great day.
The Trump administration is preparing to begin briefing senior officials on the details of his new plan on Capitol Hill today.
Let's bring in Ken Cuccinelli, Acting Director, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Sir, good morning and welcome back to our program to you.
Good morning,
sir.
Bill.
What's the new rule?
So the new rule is intended to avoid abuse of the asylum system, which is overwhelming parts of the system, even while the border is overwhelmed, by instituting a requirement that people who come to our border must have, and want to apply for asylum, must have already applied and been denied at a country they passed through. Remember, asylum is about safety, not a choice of forum. It's not forum shopping. The idea is that you want to get people safe, and this is something America's been very generous about in the past, and yet it's being fraudulently abused right now, and it's part of what's causing the crisis at the border.
So why do
this
it
is
now?
intended to fix
Just
it.
a few obvious questions. Why now? Why
Sure.
not? Why not several months ago?
Well, a lot of work goes into a regulatory implementation like this. So, and it's between 2 departments. This is done jointly between the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security. So it takes a while to work through. And of course, you've also heard us, all of us, and we're still saying it in the administration, we would like to see Congress address these asylum loopholes. They continue to fail to do so. I got to note the exception. Senator Graham over in the Senate has been working on something. But the House just put out their calendar until vacation with nothing on it. They have no intention of addressing this problem, and so the president has instructed us to take those steps within our legal authority to start to dissuade fraudulent applicants in our asylum system. And as I said, we are swamped. We have over 300,000 case backlog in asylum and over an 800,000 case immigration case backlog in the Department of Justice.
It would seem that this is aimed at countries like Mexico. Have you communicated with Mexico on this idea?
This has been part of the discussion with other countries, and those discussions, as you've seen in 2019, Bill, have been very productive. We've gotten more cooperation from Mexico this year than I can ever remember, and we hope that will not only continue but expand. This is going to send a clear message, though, to people considering coming up illegally to this country to overwhelm our borders with the hope that they'll get by that first hurdle and then disappear into our interior, that isn't going to happen anymore.
Can this be challenged in a legal sense?
Well, God bless America. Anybody can sue you for anything. It doesn't mean they get to win. And I've been through this regulation and the legal foundation for it. It is extremely strong, obviously based in the Immigration and Nationality Act. It is consistent with previous types of regulations that have been put in place under that legal authority by both Republican and Democrat administrations. So we start from a very strong legal position with this, and we wouldn't move forward if we didn't think we could defend it and successfully.
Were you the one pushing for this, or who was at the spear of this?
Well, it certainly wasn't just me. And recall, I've been acting director of USCIS since only the beginning of the summer. And so this work began sometime before I got there. This is certainly in the avenue of efforts that I'm advocating for and pushing, and that people at USCIS are working very hard every day to accomplish.
So then in a positive outcome, given this rule, I will call it, what do you hope to come from it, sir?
That's an excellent question, Bill. What we hope to come from it is that the people actually claiming asylum at our southern border are legit. There are so many people clogging our legal and legitimate asylum claims with illegitimate claims. We have a grant rate of asylum right now of barely over 10%, Bill. That means almost 90% of the people pouring themselves into our asylum system really don't have a shot at obtaining asylum in this country, and they're clogging the system for legitimate claims of persecution for political and religious reasons and all the other reasons.
So let's see if that dissuades some from coming here. Just
Absolutely.
2 more quick questions. The ICE raids over the weekend, what can you report on numbers?
No reports on numbers or status of operations. We're going to leave that to ICE. And really, I think you can expect that to come out slowly informationally, because it's just something that law enforcement agencies are loath to be too detailed about too quickly, particularly when you see so much vitriol being thrown at ICE and its efforts to just enforce the law.
It would appear, based on the reports, that this was more bark than bite, more message than execution. Is that a fair characterization?
I certainly wouldn't accept that on behalf of the administration. This is ICE doing their job every day. It's a sign of how far we've fallen, that it's even newsworthy. I mean, they go after employers breaking the law. They go after illegal immigrants who have removal orders. There are over 1 million of those in the country. They do that on a daily basis. The fact that there is so much publicity around current efforts tends to lose all of the other efforts that good, loyal, professional ICE agents are making every day.
Okay. Ken Cuccinelli, thank you for your time today.
Good to be with you, Bill.
There's a new rule. We'll see what effect it has. Breaking the news today here on America's Newsroom. Thank you, sir.